Remains in effect all across the state at this hour.
And Governor Lamont has also declared a state of emergency as more snow is expected to fall throughout the morning.
Going to be one of those days. Joining us this morning live, Quinnipiac Professor of Primary Care Medicine, Khuram Ghumman. Professor, thank you so much for being with us.
Good morning.
What health risks do tend to increase during a snowstorm of this nature?
Thank you. Cold temperature, wind, and moisture, they can all relate to cold-related injuries. And the best strategy to prevent from these injuries is staying indoors, avoiding long contact with cold temperature, wind, and moisture. And in a lot of these situations, if you have any underlying other chronic medical conditions like congestive heart failure, COPD, you are more at risk than not. So the avoidance, the prevention is the key.
You know, I worry a lot about our senior citizens who might be living alone or other vulnerable populations out there, especially with these power outages going on. What are some extra precautions that seniors should consider?
So again, avoiding the cold temperature is the first key, and dressing clothing in layers. And the first layer that's next to your skin should be something that is moisture wicking, that so it's not as cotton based. And then second layer could be a fleece or a wool based layer. And the top layer should be something that is water repellent. And so the key is uh, clothing in layers and also keeping the extremities warm. Using mitts more than the gloves is helpful, and changing socks multiple times if they get wet. So keeping the layered clothing and also replacing any extremities with warm clothing.
Professor, a lot of us older folks are seeing all that snow out there and we're dreading it, but the young kids are seeing it and they're thinking, I'm going to go outside and play, have a good time. What should parents be thinking about when their kids want to go outside in these conditions?
I think safety first, and yes, snow is a fun activity for kids, but also trying to monitor how long they stay in that cold temperature, and the wind and the moisture in their clothing is going to affect. So yes, they can be there, but wait till the cold and the windy situation gets better. Avoiding the high wind and the moisture that's there is going to be more problematic at this point than not.
And anything you can share about safely traveling on the ice? We know people are going to be going outside. They need to clear their hydrants. Perhaps they want to check on their neighbors. But we have heard a lot about how there may be a thin layer of ice out there. Any tips you can offer?
So the injuries related to falls and injuries related to these unintended surfaces is high. So if first and foremost, if you don't have to be outdoors, avoid that until it's settled, the wind speeds are settled. And then when you do end up going outdoors, I think the key is maintaining good clothing and multiple layers, and also the shoes that you wear have to be very careful. Avoiding any surface where there may be underlying layer of ice is the key. And secondly, as you are going out to shovel and making sure that your driveways are clear, maintaining good balance and trying to avoid unnecessary icy surface is going to be helpful.
All right, Dr. Ghumman, we appreciate all of your insights this morning. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.